You're listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD. Oh, you already know what time it is. RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling on yet another Wednesday night. This is Thursday, but this is your Wednesday night Dynamite review for December 1st, 2021. There are officially 30 days left in this year. And what a year it has been. But we'll talk about that another time. Let's get into the socials as always. If you want to follow me, RJD. Follow me, RJD10K on Instagram, RJ699 on Twitter, RJD199 on Snapchat. But most importantly, follow What the Wrestling on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok. We had ourselves one hell of a main event with Mr. Cody Homelander Rhodes and Andrade El Idolo. You got fire. These guys are wild. Let's go. Yes, tis I. You already know what time it is. Perfect. Welcome everybody to What the Wrestling, where we are about to get into AEW on a Thursday morning for your Wednesday night. Well, I must say, we had ourselves one hell of a main event tonight. Today's Dynamite, it was solid. Not as good as previous episodes. This one, Dynamite still, Dynamite still flows. Wait, where's my light? Dynamite still flows. It still moves quick for a 2-hour show. But today's show wasn't as good as other shows have been. But it was a solid show with one hell of a main event with something I haven't seen in forever. So I'm not gonna sit here and complain. Quick note. We did have T-Pain at the show. They were in ATL. That is where T-Pain lives. Shout out to T-Pain. You know, Mr. I'm Sprung. Grew up on him. Buy you a drink. That guy, yeah. Many hits for that guy. Shout out to T-Pain. He's awesome. Good to see him at the show. Don't know if he's a wrestling fan or they just wanted him there. Doesn't matter. Whatever the reason, he was there. He did pass Cody a chair in the main event. You know, Cody likes to have celebrities. You know, i.e. Rosario Dawson, i.e. T-Pain. Cody likes to have celebrities in his matches. It seems like Cody is like, he does his own thing and everybody else does their thing. Like, Cody does something different than everybody else. Don't know if that's good or bad. Don't know if that's by design, or don't know if people aren't happy with them. I don't know. But what I do know is that he kind of does his own thing. Makes me think that he has his own kind of free reign with shit. So, it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about it. Shout out to Cody. But as I continue, let's talk. Hold on. What's going on here? As always, I want to make sure this is nothing important. All right, it's not. So, as always, I want to get into some AEW news. I will be coming out with a full schedule, and because we need to get some order, I say. So I will be coming out with a full schedule of my breakdown of the week on my shows that I will be doing on my channel, and then we're going to get it done like that. So stay tuned for that. It will be on the Facebook page. Check out my YouTube. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the YouTube page. Yes, I am starting over from scratch. 0 subscribers. We are no longer using my other page. I'm going to use that page for gaming. So we are no longer using that. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel. What the Wrestling on YouTube. The link will be on the Facebook page, and I will be sharing the link on my page. Rayshawn Davis, follow me on Facebook. So, with that being said, let's talk about Big Swole first before we get into the show. Big Swole has parted ways. Big Swole and AEW will be parting ways. So, let's get into it. So, Big Swole tweeted a text the other day talking about what's been going on with her in AEW. As we all know, AEW does have contracts expiring soon. Contracts will be coming up. The likes of the Scorpio Skies and the Omegas, the Codys, the Big Swoles, the Joey Janellas. A lot of the day ones from AEW signed 2-year deals, 3-year deals, and their deals are coming up. Some people, dare I say, unfortunately, will be leaving. Some people will be staying. It's going to be very interesting to see who stays and who goes. But let me go over the text and the tweets in which Big Swole sent. And I quote, "Over the past few months, my life has taken on the mantra, grow, learn, change. Dealing with shadow work, that is shadow work, right? Dealing with shadow work took strength I didn't know I had. I thank God for my loving family because they got me through some of the roughest months of my life, but I realized the real test is application. So I took my leap, and after speaking with TK and AEW higher officials, we've decided not to renew my contract with All Elite Wrestling. This was a hard decision, but a needed one. I am grateful for their understanding and that we could mutually come to this agreement. I've enjoyed my life with AEW and wish them all the best. I appreciate their love and welcoming me into the family. Today is my last day, and as bittersweet as it is, I am proud to say I have lived my dreams while making a difference. That is Swole mentality." End quote. Shout out to Big Swole. Big Swole. Listen, she was on TV. She had feuds with Britt Baker. Big Swole has been fighting Crohn's disease behind the scenes, and she's had flare-ups, and she's had to miss time and take time off. So she kind of didn't get the momentum that maybe she could have had she not had to take time off. But your health is wealth. If you ain't healthy, what does it matter what you do on TV? If you're not healthy, being healthy is the most important thing. But what I will say is that shout out to Big Swole, because Big Swole, she's gonna be all right. She's gonna, if she wants to hit the indies and knock it out of the park, she can do that. She's been on TV, national television. She is a name that has been in houses all around America, and she's gonna command more money if she wants to. So shout out to Big Swole, man. Not everybody's gonna stay. Some people are gonna leave. That's just the nature of business. But what I do like about this is that she didn't get future endeavored. It wasn't a release in the middle of the night. It wasn't a release at 11:30 at night talking about budget cuts.
You stupid.
So it was a respectable conversation. Where are we? Do we want to go left? Do we want to go right? Is this the right time to go? Is this the right time to stay? Okay, I'm going to take my leave. We'll keep it pushing. And I got to respect that, man. I have to respect that. Shout out to Big Swole. She had good matches on AEW. She's going to be fine on the indies or wherever she decides to go. Who knows? You know, nobody knows. So I hope Big Swell, you hear me? I hope Big Swell, I almost said it again.
You stupid.
Oh, man, get it together. I did take a week off, y'all. Don't judge me. I hope Big Swole lands on her feet, and she's going to be fine whatever she decides to do with her life moving forward. Shout out to her, and we wish her nothing but the best. And we here will be giving her the Don DeMarco.
Don DeMarco.
Swole's going to be fine, y'all. Hopefully she goes on the indies and commands a hell of a lot of money, because now she's somebody who could say, listen, I'm in the name on TV. I've had matches with Britt Baker, other All Elite. I've been in homes. I think she's been on a couple pay-per-views. So listen, we're not going to sit here and don't shortchange me, you heard? So shout out to Swole. Go get that money, homegirl. You got this. Shout out to her. Now let's get into AEW. AEW was in ATL, and we had ourselves a good old-fashioned fight. We opened the show with the Cowboy coming out to watch the Bryan Danielson and Allen 5 Angels match. This was a solid match. Bryan Danielson is great as always, and the American Dragon basically dominated Mr. 5, who is from Atlanta. Excuse me. Whew, that coffee hitting. 5 is from Atlanta, and Mr. Danielson wanted to beat up somebody from their hometown. So the end came when there was a Miss Moonsault, and towards the end, actually there was a Spanish Fly for a near fall. After that, there was a moonsault attempt by 5. He missed. Danielson hit him with a running knee. After that, he did I like to call them the Kofi stomps to the face, because that's the first time I seen him do it. Now, he might have did it in Ring of Honor back in the day, but I didn't watch Ring of Honor when he was there. So I'm just going to call him the Cody stomps to the face. Then he hit him with the knee bar for the submission victory. He was like, no, I'm not done with you yet. He refused to let go of the hold while flexing his muscles. After that, he started to cut a promo on Atlanta, saying that that's the best Atlanta's got. He just kicked his ass. Then he's going to kick Hangman's ass. And he said it's not cowboy shit, it's coward shit. Hangman got mad, started to make his way to the ring when he said he's going to show everybody Hangman's a one-hit wonder. John Silver then came out and said, listen, you can't touch him. Tony Khan will suspend you, but I can touch him. He ran to the ring. Danielson ran out of the ring, and then he went up to the ramp and said, listen, I can't touch you, but you know what? You want to see us fight? These jerks in Atlanta don't deserve to see it. And he turned around, almost tripping off of the stage, and walked away. This was a very, very good start to the show. This was great. I loved it. Angels is good. Danielson is good. Dynamite always has hot openers. What more can we expect from them? Greatness personified. Good stuff. Next, CM Punk versus Lee Moriarty. Lee Moriarty comes out, Punk comes out, then MJF comes out to commentate on this match. This was a hard fought match. The end came when he had Punk almost, I think he hit him with like a power bomb flip thing, and he almost had him. He almost had him. But Punk fought out. Survived. He got through a series of roll-up attempts, kicked out, gave him a kick to the head. After that, He then hit him with the GTS after he escaped the grasp of Moriarty. MJF then took to the mic and said, hey, PG Punk, what's going on? And MJF said the only thing you've been good at is trying to get into Britt Baker's pants. He called him one punk chump. Listen, hold on. 3 pump chump. That's my joke. Good to see MJF using it. Back to the show. So, anybody who knows me knows 3 pump chump. I've been saying that for years. Oh, man. Punk then came out and told MJF to shut up. Said, listen, Punk, then MJF said, I'm the spark of the flame that you haven't had since 2011. MJF vowed to beat the hell out of him. And he says, next week he's going to show everybody in one of the greatest cities in the world, in Long Island, New York. He's going to show everybody what's going on. Punk said, listen, get your needle dick ass in the ring. And Punk declined. So, MJF declined. So he went up the ramp. Wardlow came out. The refs came out to stop it after that. And that was all she wrote. So, I like the fact that Punk he's basically old man Logan. He's old man Wolverine. He's the old man who still got it. He can still kick your ass, but it takes him a little long to beat competition that back in the day he would have whooped their ass easily. I like the fact that he's come in and he's giving other wrestlers the chance to shine. He's beating them, but they don't look bad in defeat. He's giving them a chance to shine. And it's taking him a long time. It's hard-fought victories, but he's still winning. I like that. I love that aspect. So let's keep up that good work. Moving on, we had a Miro promo, and Miro is awesome. So says the word of the Redeemer. Oh Lord, man. Every time I see Miro, I'm like, WWE,
You stupid.
how did you mess this guy up? The guy, he's had some losses, but he still has momentum. And now he says he's gonna fix one thing. He says one thing he's gonna fix and one thing he's gonna let go. He's like, his God is an asshole, and his God has showed him that he needs to fix things, and he's the Redeemer, and my God said that I am going to beat everyone, and if I don't, then I will die trying. So says the word of the Redeemer. Like, this guy is fucking awesome. Like, how do you mess this guy up? Every time I see him cut a promo, I get madder and madder at WWE for messing this guy up. Every single time. The one time they let this guy shine, he got over Rusev Day, and they did nothing with it. They didn't give him the tag titles. They didn't do shit. The one time they let him be himself, no fool, it's Rusev Day. The one time they let him be himself, he got over. I don't understand this shit. Anyway, moving on. Orange Cassidy came out and interrupted Adam Cole's attempt to join commentary, putting his hands in his pockets, doing the orange kicks. But then the Super Click came out, the douchebag Bucks, the Young Bucks came out, and he started orange kicking them, but then Adam Cole kicked him in the nuts. Adam Cole hit him with the low blow. Ugh. And then they did Young Buck orange kicks where they love tapped him 3 times and then super kicked his face off. So then the Best Friends came out and then stopped the assault. The Super Click got out of there. That was cool. That was after the Miro promo, if I'm not mistaken. Then moments later, Wardlow came out with Shawn Spears, squashed Adams. Good squash match. Hit him with like 4 power bombs in a row. That had to suck. Good stuff. Love Wardlow. Gotta give him something to do, but I love the fact that they are building him up to be a badass, which is awesome. Then we had Darby Allin and Sting versus the Gun Club. Stop the show. So cool to see Sting just wrestling. Listen, we know Sting is limited. He's not 50-year-old Sting. He's not 40-year-old Sting. He's 60-year-old Sting. So he can do what he does, but the matches are always designed and constructed in a way that protects him, which is awesome. I love it. Good shit. So, Sting dominated early, but the end came when he got hit with the Famouser, but he kicked out. After that, Darby Allin did a torpedo Moscow-like tope suicida onto Billy Gunn, who's jacked. After that, he was going up top to try and do I thought he was going to do the coffin drop onto Billy Gunn, but one of Billy Gunn's sons interrupted him. He basically got kicked in the face, and then he got hit with the Scorpion Death drop, and that was all she wrote for him. After that, we had, so shout out to that Sting and Allin win. This was a fun match. It was fun for what it was, and that's fine. After that, backstage, Chris Jericho had an interview and with, I think it was with Marvez, and 2.0 and Daniel Garcia beat the hell out of him, hitting him with a steel chair in his face. So that feud is going to continue as well. Next, we had the TBS Championship Tournament quarterfinal, Ruby Soho versus the Alien Chris Statlander. This was really good, and I feel like it had the potential to be great. These two should fight again, and I can't wait for them to continue this because Statlander, I love Statlander. I think Statlander is a future AEW World Champion. I think she's that good in the ring. Don't know what the promo skills are like. I know she can, we know she can talk, but I love Statlander, and Statlander, before she got hurt, was hot. She was getting there, but then she got hurt, just like Anna Jay before she got hurt. So Ruby Soho is, every time I see her in the ring, it makes me mad at WWE as well, because it's like,
You stupid.
how the hell did you let this woman go? And stop the show. The Monday Night Raw, shit talking fest that they did with Ruby Soho, that also sucked because that was in poor taste. People lost their jobs, and for them to make fun of that with Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, and Ruby Riot, the Riot Squad, that was a cool faction that they didn't do much with. I would have much rather seen them stay in NXT and let Triple H mold them than to see what happened to them happen to them. None of those ladies were used properly. I hope Liv Morgan kills it this week. So the end came when Statlander dropped Soho with a Blue Thunder Bomb for a 2 count. Drove her back into, almost had another near fall. Ruby fought back, hit the no future, but Statlander countered it, and fish hooked her, countered it, and then she tried to put the Big Bang Theory on her, which is her finisher. She countered that into a roll-up and sat down hard on it and got the roll-up victory. After the match, she shook hands, gave each other a hug, much respect to both of them. Then, as Statlander was leaving, Vicky Guerrero was on the ramp, stopping her from leaving, and then Nyla Rose came and attacked Ruby Soho from behind, throwing her off of, she basically yanked her off the apron when she was pandering to the crowd. This was solid. Hope they fight again. Give these ladies 15-20 minutes and let them go. Then we had the Atlanta Street Fight with Andrade El Idolo versus Cody Homelander Rhodes. I forget the guy's name that plays Homelander, but Cody would have been a good Homelander too. And I'm sure he's bigger than the other guy, because I know the other guy's from Banshee. I forget his name. He was the main character in Banshee. Fantastic actor. I love Banshee. I love The Boys. Awesome show. I got to get his name. I'll Google it. But Cody Rhodes with the Homelander gear really does look like a Homelander. It does look like a Homelander. Oh, man. Got the blonde hair, the jawline, all that. He screams Homelander. But anyway. So, they teased the chair shot. We had a bunch of weapons here. They brawled through the ramp. Well, first of all, let's stop the show. Arn Anderson. This match was perfect. It was a bit overproduced, but who gives a shit? It was a great match. One of the best street fights I've seen this year, and we've seen some good ones. And this was a good street fight. They brawled into the crowd. Arn Anderson was supposed to fight this other guy, but he tripped. Thank God he's okay. So you see the guy helps him up, and then they start brawling on the ramp. So Arn must have been okay because he hit all his spots. He did everything he had to do. but glad that he's okay. They brawled in the crowd, hitting each other with soda and popcorn and trash cans, and they brawled back to the ring. They came back. They ended up fighting back in. Cody hit him with the weight belt and whipped his ass, just like my mama used to whip me when I was a kid. I got PTSD from that. Just kidding, love you, ma. But Andrade hit him with a low blow, but then later on, Cody Rhodes hit him with a low blow. Cody got hit with a laptop in the back. He tried to hit a moonsault, but Cody threw the chair at him. There was a chair shot in the corner that busted up when Andrade hit the double knees. Busted Cody open. That was good. Cody then went under the ring after they brawled some more. He brought out, I think, a chair, threw that down, a sledgehammer, threw that down. Then he got a golden shovel. Jose rushed down. He got smacked in the face with a golden shovel, even though he had a taser. That shit didn't work. He ate that shovel to the face. Andrade then did a escalera and wiped out Cody. Back in the ring, that's when he delivered the chair to the face. Then he hip tossed Cody through a table. After that, Andrade then went to get a table, which the crowd was cheering for, but they teased it. They didn't quite, give you that until the hip toss. So the crowd was happy. He got in there, threw him in the ring, but Cody crotched him. And after Cody crotched him, I think he was going for a moonsault, but he got crotched. Brandy, or then a masked person with the hood came in after the table was set up, after Cody crotched Andrade. And she revealed herself to be Brandy Rhodes. She sprayed lighter fluid. The crowd then, in anticipation, started to get crazy hype. She had a lighter, lit it on fire, and then Cody, with a massive inverted suplex, ate most of the table. He ate most of the table, which was on fire. And then he pinned Andrade, but Cody was on fire on his leg. He was on fire on his arm. Andrade had a little bit of fire on his leg. So they're like trying to pat the fire out while still trying to pin themselves. It looked crazy. I was like,
surprise, motherfucker.
They're really doing. They didn't waste any time too. That table was on fire and they just backflipped right onto it. So they put each other out. Cody did have some burns on his back. You're dealing with fire. But what I will say is this. Cody had this stuff on his back. It looked like he was peeling. That's what it looked like. And we later found out that once they had the fire spot, then it was like, oh, he had that on his back because he was gonna take the fire bump, and it was fire retardant or restrainant, retardant, whatever you call it. So fire protector, whatever. So that made a lot of sense because it probably saved him from having very worse burns than he could have had. Cody for his hometown last year, he did the big the last time they were in his hometown, he did the big moonsault off the top of the cage, which was like the biggest cage I've ever seen in my life. So he wanted to do something big for his hometown. Did he need to do that? No, but he did it. Did Andrade need to agree to do that? No, but he did it. So I would say big up to both these guys. Much respect. And it's like, they didn't waste any time. It's like, do it! Just do it! Because when you're dealing with fire, listen, you don't have to think. You shut your brain off and you just do it. Because if you start thinking, you start getting scared, you start thinking about all the things that could go wrong, and you're not going to do it. Your body just physically won't move. He didn't even think, he didn't hesitate. They just did that shit and called it a day. Hopefully everybody's okay. It looked like everybody was okay. That's good. I'm glad everybody's fine. So, big up to that. But what I will say is this didn't need to have that, but Cody wanted to go big or go home in his hometown, which I respect. So I'm going to shout Cody out for this. Cody did hear some boos in his hometown. Dave Meltzer said, Wrestling Observer Live Radio, said that it was like 70-30, 70% cheers, 30% boos. But the boos were loud, so you're going to hear the boos over the cheers. But listen, is Cody going... It still intrigues me what's going on here, because is Cody going heel or is he babyface? You know, a heel would have his wife come out and light a fire so that he could put somebody through it. A babyface wouldn't do that. So is he still the delusional heel or is he still the babyface? Listen, we don't know. It's still intriguing. This is normally, like if somebody goes through fire, this feud is over. So I want to see what Cody does next. I don't want him to keep fighting Andrade and to keep fighting, like, let that shit go. Find something else for Cody to do. And I hope that, because Cody's a great storyteller, I hope this is just more and more, now that they've introduced Brandy again, because Brandy was chilling for a while, now that they've introduced her back into his corner, maybe he can complete this heel turn. I still think it's a heel turn. I hope it is a slow burn heel turn. I hope so. Because they could tell a great story with this about how he just was delusional, fans turned on him. And I mean, it's not like they can't have a heel be the face of the company. Roman Reigns is the face of the damn company, and he's a bad guy. It can be done. Roman Reigns is the cool heel. He's the heel that's cool. We the ones. You know what I'm saying? So they can't do that with Cody. Come on, they could do that. So I don't know. It was a great main event. That's all I can say. Shout out to Cody. Shout out to Andrade. Andrade is, every match that Andrade has, he's slowly fitting into where he needs to be. Right? He's fitting right in. And the one thing, lastly, what I will say is that this company, I say it every week I come on here, but this company has so much talent. It's like you forget, oh, we didn't have Malachi Black on this show. Oh, Adam Cole really didn't do anything on this show. We still got Orange Cassidy. We didn't see none of the Inner Circle. We still got Pride and Powerful. We still got Matt Hardy and those guys. We still got Private Party. We haven't seen them. There was no Jurassic Express on this show. We didn't see Christian on this show. We didn't see who else didn't we see? We didn't see a lot of people on there. Kenny's gone. Moxley's gone. But this show is still solid. This show is still solid. That's how many good wrestlers and that's how many people AEW has. You will not see a lot of faces. A lot of wrestlers are not there. They didn't do anything. But yeah, you still have so many people that you could pull off the bench out of nowhere and still put on a fantastic show. This roster is deep. This roster is deep. Somebody could go down, somebody picks up the slack right away. And I love that AEW has that. We didn't see the Men of the Year on this show. Wait till they put those guys into something meaningful. Like I was saying, so many talented guys. Shout out to AEW for buying up everybody and then having everybody feel good. Like there's not one, no lie, except for like the Gun Club, which I really haven't seen. Everybody on this show is like, you wouldn't think of them as less than. Even John Silver. Okay, John Silver is not. Lee Moriarty, they're showcasing him. They're trying to get the young guys on there. But somebody like John Silver, you would think, he doesn't feel like an afterthought. He doesn't feel like a nobody. He feels important still. And he's a fan favorite. We love Johnny Hungy. But AEW has a very good problem, and it's only going to get better because more people are going to go there, and they're going to have to keep juggling people. But as long as they keep juggling people properly and making everybody feel good, you know, they could ride this wave all the way for the next couple of years. So we'll see what happens. That was your AEW Dynamite review, RJD. I will be coming out with that schedule later on today. Stay tuned to the Facebook because it will be coming out. And that's all I got for y'all. So y'all be safe out here. 54 degrees today in New York. Not bad for the winter. I am out. Peace.
Dom DeMarco.